Mark, you mentioned the diaspora, Scottish diaspora just now. In our previous evidence session, we had a witness who talked about the usefulness of the Welsh diaspora, and there were 3 million, and she's saying about how they could be utilised. I suppose my question to you is, how do you utilise the Scottish diaspora, and do you find there are benefits to doing that?
Huge benefits. So we established Global Scot, our diaspora network, which will be 25 years old next year, and we have grown that network to, I think, about 1,300 members. Global Scot is a business network of Scots and affinity Scots working in senior positions in business around the world who want to give something back, but it has purely an economy focus to it. So that's what makes it different from other Scottish diaspora networks that exist. The users of the network are primarily Scottish companies, as well as myself and colleagues in Scottish enterprise. So Global Scots will provide advice to Scottish companies around how to internationalise, how to enter a new market. They will provide introductions, and it could be to potential customers or potential investors. They do a lot of coaching and mentoring of leadership teams. They provide insights and intelligence that I had mentioned before, and above everything, they provide advocacy. So they are salespeople and champions for Scotland. So we make sure that we arm them with our key selling messages for Scotland, and we ask them to play those messages in as often as they can when they're having discussions with their networks. And we get referrals, and we land inward investment because of introductions that have been made from our Global Scot members. So it's one of the most powerful tools that we have in our tool bag. It costs us something like £30,000 a year to run.
Is it possible to quantify, not necessarily today, but just how useful the diaspora is? Because I think it's, certainly in Wales we feel that might be an untapped resource, if you like.
Sure. So my colleagues have done an evaluation recently, and I can share that with the committee.
Be really helpful, thank you. Joe, do you have a Mancunian diaspora? Or?
I was just thinking we don't have a global Manx network, but perhaps we should. I'll take that away from the committee. We do use the, if you would call it a diaspora of Manchester. One that's very powerful for us is the alumni networks of our universities, and that is now that isn't just Manchester born and raised. That might be studied in Manchester for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, but that is hugely powerful, and in fact as part of an upcoming international mission we're working with the University of Manchester in Singapore, and that gives you a really significant access to people who might then be in very senior roles in international markets, and that's very powerful. And we then use, as Mark's alluded to, where we do have those strong contacts, that kind of sense of pride in the place that people have come from is powerful, and that referral network can be very useful in terms of lead generation and, as you said, the selling messages, because it's a very authentic pride in the city. So we do use that, but predominantly it's through the university alumni network, and we don't at the moment have that kind of the global network. We have historically had ambassadors at times from the city region, but that's more senior business figures within Greater Manchester helping promote on a global stage, and again that can be really powerful. So when we go to market, we do try to make sure that they are part of that delegation, so that when we're in market it's not just the messages from my organisation, it's our job to sell the city, but businesses can hear it from their contemporaries or from other parts of a kind of Greater Manchester community, as I've alluded to earlier, like the sports or cultural sector.
And I suppose, certainly from a personal point of view, I can attest to your stickability, because my son went to Manchester University and has never left. So, certainly you have it.